3, 2, 1, go!
Ha! Loser!
For a couple of months early in the school year, I did a cross-country club in my school. My experience at cross-country was pretty interesting, so I'm here to tell you some silly things that happened during my time at cross-country. Let's go!
Wait, before you start, what even is cross-country running? Are you running across the US or something?
Google it.
What? Aren't you gonna tell us?
Just Google it.
You're so lazy, dude.
Want me to obliterate you again?
I'm good.
That's what I thought. You might have remembered my old video. I made it on my first 5K in 2022. That's 2 years ago? I'm old.
What are you waffling on about, dude?
Want me to burn you? You saw what I did to Luke last episode, right?
You know what? I'm good.
Anyway, I had fun at my 5K run, and I liked track, so when I saw there was a cross-country club, I wanted to join. So I signed up, and we had a meeting with all the members. Some people there I knew, but most I didn't, so I kind of just sat there and listened to the coach. We'll call her Mrs. Coach. How original. She was explaining future races and the schedule, and y'all don't need to know that stuff. And before she was about to talk about what's happening next week, a familiar contender came over to the group. You probably don't know him or remember him, but his name's Bobbert. He's my longtime best friend, who is also from the 5K vid. I never knew he signed up, because when he messages me, he just messaged me YouTube memes. And when we saw each other, we both had a crazy adrenaline rush. But we couldn't say anything because she was still explaining stuff, so we kind of had to sit there, just little happy guys. The amount of people at the club was actually pretty small. I think there were less than 10 kids, excluding the kid who was there for the meeting, slept on the floor, and kind of despawned. I'm not going to spend an hour talking about every single snippet of lore from this club, but I'm just going to hop into my experience with the first race. We practiced for this race for about 2 weeks, and now our practice was finally going to pay off. The path was long, yet simple. Go around big thing, go in woods, go out of woods, go around big thing again, and then win. Simple, right? Yeah. It was more than 1.5 miles. And you know what made it worse? We were in a group of about 10 kids, and we were up against a couple other teams, each who had more kids than us. One team had more than 40 kids, and those guys were ready. I was overwhelmed. This was my first race in forever, and this is my first impression on our team. And I just show them what I got. We lined up on the starting line. I was at the very edge of the line, but I was ready. I had to show our group what I had, and I was confident I could do this. I was ready.
Okay, I want a clean race, no shoving, no pushing, and no horseplay, alright? 3, 2, 1, go!
We were off. I ran as fast as I could. I had a great lead until we got into the woods. I was tired, but I had to resist slowing down to walk. I ran, and about 12 minutes later, I was running to the finish line, passing players around me, and I got... God knows. I forgot to ask our coach what place I got and what time I got. But my team congratulated me, and I felt like I did good. Till I realized I was one of the last in the group. By confidence, you never. But anyway, the races after that were fun. But I'm just gonna highlight one of them. There was this race that looked short but felt horribly wrong. It was my favorite though. We got to run through spider-infested leaf piles, OSHA-violated parking lots. And after the parking lot, there was one final run to the end through the grass. I thought it was fine, but oh boy was I wrong. The ground was secretly unstable and had mushy water below it, and when I stepped through it, my foot hurt like crazy. Not that fun. And my other friend hurt her foot there too, and she was in a boot for 2 weeks. Couldn't be me. And lastly, I'm going to talk about some funny things that happened at the practices. There was a practice where we got there 30 minutes earlier than we were supposed to, and when the bus pulled up to school, we were really confused why the bus was here so early. We got dropped off and at the track like normal, and we waited for her to arrive. And waited for 10 minutes, and then we decided to start warm-ups like normal. So we did our laps, we did our warm-ups and stretches, and she still wasn't here. We were anxious and confused, so we kind of just chilled there while my friend started blasting music for 10 minutes while the football team passed us. And when she got there 30 minutes later, she was as confused as we are because no one told her the bus was coming early. Then there was also that time it started thunderstorming during one of our runs, and we had to run around the track without stopping for 35 minutes, and almost all of us made it. And then there was one of our kids in the club that threw up. Good times. And for my final story, it was our final practice. Our coach gave us a bunch of snacks and goodies to eat as celebration. And suddenly, Zeus struck us down, and here came the storm. We ran under the bleachers instantly, and then ran as fast as we could to the bathroom house, about a couple of yards so we can hide and chill under the eave. And then we just chilled there until we left. And that concludes my experience as a cross-country runner. Shout out to all my fellow cross-country runners out there. Toodles!